Morning, everyone, and welcome to our Heavenly Parent Holy Community Oceania Hundoke with Reverend Yutaka Yamada. Today being Thursday, the 22nd of April, or the 11th day of March in the 9th year of Chongyalguk. So let's begin by offering a bow to our Heavenly Parents and True Parents. Kyombe. Pado. And as always, let's offer our family pledge in Korean and English. Thank you.
가족맨세 6. 전위국주인 우리 가족은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님의 대신 가정으로서 전을 움직이는 가정이 되어 하늘의 축복을 주변에 연결시키는 가정을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
Family pledge number 6. Our family, the owner of Chongyalguk, pledges to become a family that moves heavenly fortune by embodying the heavenly parent and true parents, and to perfect a family that conveys heaven's blessing to our community by centering on true love. And yeah, I'd like to ask Daniel Meadows if he can offer the opening prayer for us. Thank you.
Join me in prayer. Dearest Heavenly Parent, beloved parents of heaven and earth, we thank you so much for this gathering together this morning. Heavenly Parents, we are so grateful to be living in the time in which we can attend our true parents, our true mother on earth, and our true father in the spiritual world. We really pray, Heavenly Parent, that as we join together to read your Hundoke, to read the words of the life course of our true parents, that we'll really be inspired to unite together with their heart, unite together with their purpose, and really unite together with each other, Heavenly Parent, as we move forward with our providence. So thank you so much. Please bless these brothers and sisters who are gathered here today, and I really pray we can unite together with you. Pray and report in all of our names in my name, Daniel Meadows, the Meadows family.
Adieu. Adieu. Thank you, everyone. Welcome as always. And today, just to let you know, we'll be doing a breakout session after we receive the Hundok from Reverend Yutaka. So let's give him a warm welcome as he shares with us. Yes.
Good morning, our brothers and sisters. Thank you for coming today's morning devotion. And today also we can start. We will begin a new day together with our all brothers and sisters. So let's feel our Heavenly Parents' heart and also feeling. So can you feel how is our Heavenly Parents' heart this moment? Can you feel that? So Heavenly Parents today, now, is he happy feeling? Or is he the comfortable feeling, or sad feeling, or warm feeling? Beginning of the day, we offer our first heart, and also we try to feel and find today's our Heavenly Parents' heart. So we try, and also we try to feel today's true mother's heart. Mother is in Korea, and how she is feeling today is happy moment or sad moment. We try to feel, try to find the heart. So first of the day, we offer our 심전 to true parents and heavenly parents. All day will be connected with our Heavenly Parents. Today is 70th day. I'm really appreciate all of you to creating one day and day by day for Cheonsong. So really grateful. Yesterday we met our several brothers and sisters in Melbourne. Every time we are meeting through online, but yesterday we met through physically. We are really grateful and to share and talk each other. So our online meeting is grateful, but in the same time, direct meeting, physical meeting is really precious. Then we can create our 심정 community, heart community. So in your nation or in your area also same. We can meet through online and more easier, but in the same time, please also try to organize to meet physically and to spend the time together. Then our heart community, 심정 community, and our holy Heavenly Parents holy community will become more develop and develop and develop. So let's have a great time today also. So yesterday we share about the contents of the second cycle of 3-7-year course from 1982 to 2002. So during 21 years course, there are many kind of event. And also about Trumada's autobiography, we share the situation and that circumstances when Trumada will leave to the mission. Two children came to Trumada and they had a conversation. Mother, now you will go to another place. Where you will go this time? When you come back, I miss you. I want to stay together with you. Those conversation was happened between our true mother, between our true father to true children. And when parents is leaving children, we can imagine how about children's heart. Parents is important existence for children, but always they put first priority to God's mission and God's providence. And also mother share and two children also share those heart. So we could see that. So how much at that moment our true mother's heart, true father's heart, and our true children's heart. If we could imagine and we could connect more, and we can understand, and we can also feel and unite the heart together. Let's read that. The fact that I could not spend much quality time with my children due to my various public responsibilities always weighed on my mind. Despite this, my children were very mature for their age and grow up well. Once my eldest son, Hyojin, was interviewed by a newspaper reporter. What do you respect most about your mother? Hyojin answered without hesitation, I admire my mother's love and perseverance in embracing my father and making him happy. All mothers in the world are great, but my mother especially absolute trust and encourages us. I'm always deeply moved by how she does that. It's really amazing that she gave birth to 14 children, even though she's always so busy with global affairs. When Trumada heard those messages from two children, Hyojin, how much Trumada was happy, but in the same time, how much Trumada was sorry to Hyojin and the two children. We haven't heard often those story between two mother and two children in the behind family history. That's why those story by story, those one story, two story is really precious. Even we could not see, even we could not hear, But that meaning is there was not that story. Each circumstances or each behind of the environment or situation, there was those deep story and circumstances we could understand, and also we could know that. Even on the hottest of summer days, I will not get into a cold swimming pool. It's because, as I mentioned, I gave birth to many children, four of them through cesarean sections. When I was giving birth to our sixth son, Yeonjin, I was in danger because his head was so large. My husband was in Germany, and I was told it would be dangerous for both mother and baby if we did not act within 30 minutes. So I had no choice but to undergo a cesarean section. When true mother gave birth, on the process which true mother is giving birth, there was dangerous situation in physically, especially to father always in the front line together with our members, together with our VIPs and in the front line. How often and how many times true father could be there when true mother gave birth? Usually our wife, our women, our mother wish husband to be together when mother give birth, right? How about our husband? Why you stay together with your wife when my wife gave the birth? That's moment, starting moment. The only wife was so happy if we stay together. And if you don't concern so much, or if you don't stay together, also this is the whole remember in the history or life, right? The moment when mother give birth or wife give birth, that moment, if husband stayed together or not, this is also big things. How about our true father's case? How often, how many times true father could be there with true mother? So this sixth son Yeonjin-님 time, true mother was told by the doctor, now is dangerous situation, you have to decide to do the surgery or not within 30 minutes. Otherwise, your body and your baby body is dangerous. So within 30 minutes, even she want to talk, she want to discuss or get the opinion from father, but she could not contact. That's why she should have decided by herself. So even more important decision-making moment, she should go and she should decide by herself. Once you've had a cesarean section, it becomes difficult to give birth naturally. That being so, I prayed with a desperate heart. During that prayer, the scene of Jesus' crucifixion came to me. I managed the pain with the resolution that through the birth of new life, I will overcome the force of death that surrounded Jesus on Calvary. As it is for all women, my giving birth to a new life was an experience of heaven and hell. I did not find it easy to have 4 C-sections, yet each time I gave birth, I was ready to die for the sake of God and for the sake of new life. If the women had this cesarean section, it's getting difficult for the next delivery and next baby. And how was true mother? True mother already know she should give birth more than 12 children, and during that moment, she was told that you have to see cesarean section. That meaning is she have to be ready and determine after this birth, next birth or next children, it surely getting difficult for my physical body, but should I go or not? And each moment and each physical pressure or stress or heavy things is really serious. So when True Mother prayed, she could see that our Jesus crucifixion, and she determined to go this way. So as the woman, as the mother, and as a true mother, she went through the most difficult and challenging or severe moment internally and also the physically as the representative of all women, as the representative of all mother. In the same way that our house grew lively as we fill it with children, our churches kept springing up in cities and villages filled with new members. From the outset, however, our goal was not to have the biggest church in Korea. Our goal was to bring salvation to the world as a true church that would wipe away all of humanity's tears. To accomplish the goal, I went on multiple world tours, following the first one in 1969. From the early 90s, I was the keynote speaker. Now, one by one, the children was born, and also in the church or in the city or in the village, many new member was connected. That's why the atmosphere was starting to be excited. One by one, new member come, they receive lecture, and they are so inspired and they determined to offer the whole life. So we could see they are coming and coming and coming, and our churches, our villages, our society and foundation is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But what is the true parents' goal? True parents' goal is to just increase the membership in the center or in the church, or just make a own foundation in that place. True parents' goal is not this kind of level. True parents' goal is same, to wipe the all humanity's tears and restore our heavenly parents' heart, and all saving all humanity and saving the world. So this is the final goal. So we have to always keep this mind. Of course, we have to fulfill, and we are having some kind of the several providential goal. We have to fulfill this number. We have to fulfill this one. There is also those providential goal, but in the same time, what is really final goal and final wish and final hope our heavenly parents and true parents? Restore the nation, save the people, save the nation, and save the world, and liberate all humanity and liberate our heavenly parents. That's why even our providence in each center, each churches, and each nation, always we remind again our final goal, and we will develop and step by step from one person. Even we have a big goal, but important things is to love one person. How we can save this person's spiritual life, how we can encourage or give the spirit and hope and vision, and to guide them to connect our heavenly parents and true parents with blessing. So we could see True Mother also go to the world tour and world providence together with our True Father, and now we can see the world providence of True Mother. I gave more speeches at more rallies, events, gatherings, and seminars that I can count. My footprint are found in almost every corner of the globe, ranging from unfamiliar metropolis to small primitive villages, from deserts scorched by the burning sun to thick jungle and breathtaking highlands. At each place, marginalized peoples, helpless women, children, and minority groups were waiting for me, and I anxiously looked forward to seeing them. So Trumada visiting to the world, to village by village, and city by city, and Trumada put the love and Johnson and to connect with them. So Trumada is really thinking preciously that connection with heart with those people. I knew I could offer them peace of mind, and that every step I took advanced the cause of peace. Knowing this enabled me to return to a room in a different hotel every night and resume the work at dawn the following day. It was typical for me to enter such a room in an unfamiliar city and sleep in a chair for a few hours, or to close my eyes while leaning back in a waiting room at an airport. Sometimes I came and went from a city without opening my suitcase. My mind was on meeting the people who were waiting for me. So world tour, how many times to parents did the world speaking tour? Maybe you can imagine our UPF conference. Three parents came and visited to island nation, right? Australia also, New Zealand, and Samoa, and several nations in Oceania also three parents came. And the UPF inauguration conference, three parents almost one day, one nation visited to the nation. So we could imagine. So that time, true father was almost 86 years old. That is not simple task for our true father. So we could see every time true father was really hardworking and frontline. He was giving speech and one day, one nation. This is even for young people, it's not easy. But true father fulfill and invest so much. We could easily see our true father, but how many times we could imagine concern our true mother beside of true father. True mother visited, true father visited one day, one nation, and giving speech for 5-6 hours in each place. That meaning is true mother was also staying together with true father always to sit down one day 4 hours, 5 hours speeches, and one day one nation, different place by airplane, different city, different hotel, different town, and traveling and traveling and traveling. How much the things is severe or heavy situation to the body? Sometimes no time to sleep, no time to lay down just on the chair and going to the next country. That's why True Mother herself also went through those providence together with True Father, and also last moment True Mother went by herself. When I spoke in a communist nation for the first time, I sensed the presence of spirit persons outnumbering the living people who received me. While the legion was embroiled in war, I went to Croatia. The moment I entered my hotel room, I knew that there were souls that had undergone unjust and miserable death, waiting for liberation. To liberate them, I did an all-night prayer vigil. We are living here with physical body and also the spiritual body, and we are doing for the spiritual salvation together. How about our communist nation? How many people will die under a communist environment? And how about their spirit when they were killed? Their spirit went to spiritual world with happy heart or sorrowful or miserable or painful heart. That's why when Trimada visited to that nation, immediately she could feel those spirit. That's why she offered a prayer for whole night for those spirit to console them and also liberate them from their heart. When I go to Africa, I take anti-malarial medication once and incorrect prescription caused me to suffer severe side effect and I caught malaria. Experiencing pain and high fever, my hectic tour schedule left me no time for treatment. Somehow along the way, the malaria disappeared. So those story, Trimada also got a difficulty with the malaria. Even anti-malaria medication have a problem and she got the malaria. But because of the busy schedule, malaria was disappeared. So also we could see how she was go to the difficult, challenging way physically. So when you go to the nation, maybe some of you went to Africa and some of you also got the malaria before. This high fever or challenging or many diseases also dengue fever or many fever or many things together, right? The mother also went through those places and those period of time. In the autumn of 1996, I went to Bolivia where I had an experience I cannot forget. The capital, La Paz, is the highest major city in the world. At an altitude of almost 4,000 meters, non-native inevitably suffer from altitude sickness. Scheduled to speak for nearly an hour, I had an oxygen tank beside me at the podium. To make matters worse, the podium started to tip over every time I leaned on it slightly. The only solution was to have a strong young member hold the podium steady while I spoke. People were concerned, but I smiled throughout the speech. When she was in Bolivia, also she experienced that. So 4,000 meter, really high place. Also you experience about that. When you go to the high place, oxygen is getting less and less and difficult to breathe. So Trimada also could face that and feel that. I felt nauseous and had a throbbing headache and my legs were trembling, but I ignored it all. Under such circumstances, on the vague verge of collapsing, I kept a stiff upper lip and carried on. The audience was impressed and people complimented me for my presentation. A local dignitary said, "She really is a person sent by God." When Trimada is giving the speech, even physically difficult time, but she shifted upper lip and carried on this kind of speech. When we see the Trimada, of course Trufada also same. How much we really feel their heart and really giving speech in the several nation is not simple matter, almost also life and the situation, and she gave the speech. So people also impressed that when people saw our Trimada. So our world tour time, in the family time, when she leave the family from children, also painful heart. And when she visited and go the world mission, not only just a comfortable place, continuously going forward and to giving and going the mission, we could see how her environment and her circumstances. So today we could see the whole environment when Chirumada went together to the world tour, and not only world tour, wherever there was mission, there wherever God's providence, to Father and to Mother was there to put the whole Johnson from early morning until late evening without sleeping and without taking rest, not only one day, not only 1 month, almost whole year, more than 50 years, 60 years, and whole life, our true parents' life was that. So once again, we imagine and we could see what is their motivation, what was their goal, what kind of things to push them to go through this kind of life, because of our Heavenly Parents' heart, because of tears of all humanity. To the parents go through to liberate and wipe their tears and fill their heart to embrace them by love. That's why the parents could go through this way, and Chulmada still on the front line to go this way. That's why our all brothers and sisters, we will totally connect with our Chulmada's heart and Heavenly Parents' heart. And let's continuously go forward to embrace people, share the blessing, and unite with them to offer the victory to our Heavenly Parents and true parents. So once again, I really appreciate all of you to join together this morning. Fundoke, let's offer the great day, happy moment, and bright today's beautiful day. Thank you very much once again. 감사합니다.
Thank you very much, Reverend Yutaka, as always, for giving us such insight. I'll just, as I mentioned, we're going to have a breakout session, so I'll just organize the rooms and then you can join the rooms. Okay, so just accept the room invitation and enter.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining every day. So, really today's content is also only Madam went through the difficult or challenging moment. So every day different feeling. Sometimes very exciting with Mother's experience. Sometimes also very tough with Mother going to the heart. So anyway, with these few days we can feel the several contents, our missionary experience, and the several persons experience about the missionary Devan Tanaka, and from 1960 to 19, also 2000 main courses and Tribada's life course. So we can freely share about your feeling or realization. So who want to share first? Okay.
So this is before Women Federation, East Asia. I think Ida maybe know Women's Federation, and women's leader. I think not only church, quite I think it's many leader in Japan packed in a hotel. So mother gave a speech. Then that time, it's especially John Tifa, wife of first president of church, John Tifa, 30 couple. Three disciples. She was serving True Mother more than 30 years, very closely, kitchen and really closely. But when she heard, oh, who was this speech, the keynote speech, the mother, then she's surprised. And, even she never had a dream if the mother give a speech. Then I think that kind of image, mother's role was wife and looking after children and supporting a father. Then even very closely, it's serving and support more than 30 years. Then she never even a dream. She gave a speech. She standing, looks like same as father, that kind of public speech. So you know, that's why I think I thought even children make mistake about mother, because even 30 years working very closely, how mother was growing up at the first stage. Boku Pahi gave a it's you know, support, but it was first speech. But then Mrs. John Defa said, anyway, this is first speech and last speech, and you know, she had to pray, please over, please over. Then after it's you know, she can, you know, listening. But this is just the beginning. It is amazing. Okay, thank you.
Can I say, when True Father was, when we heard that True Father was going to Danbury, I had exactly the same feeling, not worried, but at the time, True Mother for me was just Father's wife. Mother was the shadow of True Father. She was a presence. She was a symbol of family. She was a mother. But suddenly True Father went to Danbury, and I remember thinking, who is going to replace Father? Who can possibly stand as the leader? It was very scary. I was feeling very unsettled. I thought everything is going to crumble with Father in prison and everything. So many things, so many bad things will happen. We're going to lose our balance as a movement. And that's when I realized that True Mother is a leader in her own right. True Mother gave, she stood up, and all of a sudden, I was shocked. Mother talked to members, Mother led the church. And then I was puzzled. How did this person, who is an incredibly objective, humble, submissive person, be the absolute leader? And then, of course, True Father did say to us, when you are an absolute subject, you can be an absolute object. There is no other way. A true subject is also a true object, if you know what I mean. Anyway, it was really incredible at the time. I saw True Mother in a completely different light. And then Father came out and Mother went back to being the support. Anyway, that's all I want to say.
Thank you. I think when True Parents were doing, I don't know if I was when they were doing their speaking tour, I don't know if I was about, but I remember listening to the history of True Parents and reading the autobiography, and when it comes to the end, of True Father and also True Mother, more True Father's autobiography, when it starts to come to the end, it's always talking about the speaking tours they are going on and all the countries they visited. And I remember I was thinking, why is it so? Why are they doing speaking tours? That doesn't sound like that's a very practical thing to do. Like there's so much to be done. Why are they doing speaking tours? But when True Father passed away, then I really understood. Well, maybe not then, but I really understood afterwards that the True Parents, that they really wanted to embrace everywhere and give everyone the opportunity to meet the True Mother and the True Father. And then I really realized how precious it was for them to do those speaking tours. And that's why Mother pushed herself even when she's in malaria or even when she's doing something. And why she said in the passage today that she could only think about the people she was going to meet. She didn't even think about she has to sleep or something like that. Because they're not going to, there's so little opportunity for people to meet and hear True Mother and True Father. So it was so precious. And then I could really understand that's why True Mother and True Father pushed themselves even when Father was 86, and it's so difficult. And Mother also, she was quite old too, and she's doing it when she's sick. So then I really began to regret that I felt that I questioned, and I'm so grateful that True Parents have that heart to all of humanity.
So I have some experiences, personal experiences with True Mother, very direct experiences with True Father when we were in Europe, and had an opportunity to see True Father, talk to us personally also. But True Mother was on 2 occasions, I remember, very personal care for us members, like a mother. When True Parents came to Europe for 40 days to establish the sailor business, the sailor machinery business. And so we were in army tents. If Catherine was here, she was also there. And we were in army tents, and it was raining entire time we were there. It was so cold. And every evening and every day when we came from some action, True Parents talk, and then True Mother needed to go to one of those toilets. They're like portable toilets. And she told us, every time you go to the toilet, please put paper around the toilet. And that she think about this kind of things to tell us. And so since that day, I put paper around the toilet seat. And another occasion, I also felt that True Mother really is a beautiful person. Is Abel, I'm not sure if you were in Vanuatu when True Mother came.
Yeah.
So we had we booked the most beautiful cottage for True Mother on the water, by the water, the most closest to the water possible. And we are thinking, oh, True Mother, I'm sure she's going to enjoy this. And so True Mother actually talked to us and said, no, I need, I think there were 3 Korean security card with her, sleeping in the living room on the floor when True Mother was sleeping overnight. So she's a real also very practical person, not some kind of spiritual, but True Mother is really practical and really down to earth, and of course always caring for all of us. That's what I want to say. Do you remember, Abel?
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. I was so inspired with all the presentation and PowerPoint which Reverend Idaga is giving about True Mother's autobiography. And like one of my main concern is I'm really thinking if after this COVID situation, it's really best if we can teach all our like island ambassadors this teaching, like True Fathers and True Mother autobiography, so they can understand who our true parents is. Because only few of us now are trying to come to understand the history of our beloved True Mother and True Father, their works, while other members, they haven't got any chance to listen to this Hundoke. Even that's the I'm referring back to the ambassadors. Like in the islands, it's best if after the COVID crisis, it's best if we can decide, like everyone, how we can go around to the islands teaching this through to other village community leaders so they can understand the life of our beloved true parents. Because this is really an important thing to understand. Even if we understand who is our beloved true parents, and then the leaders understand, and it can really bring us together. So when I'm listening to all the experiences, all our leaders, they're giving the experiences in the mission fields, and I'm always thinking about that. So I think sometimes we can see how we can go with all this. Yeah. Well, that's my heart, what I'm really inspired of. Yeah. Thank you.
On the farm in Brazil, I don't know if you remember the time when the spiritualists had said, Father is in danger of, passing away and going to the spirit world. So we have to have these prayer vigils. And, so for about 5 months, there was, all these late night prayers for true parents. And for about 3 months, true parents were there, every second day almost. They'd be there for a week and be off for a couple of weeks, then come back for another 2 weeks or something like this. So basically you guys were praying for us. And, at that time it's kind of like, okay, now they're nice and isolated and this is fantastic. the 3 towns nearest by, and the leaders from those towns, the business leaders, the community leaders, the different people, bring them in, and we'll have a talk here at the farm and a dinner for them. And it's kind of like, okay, well, now you're opening it up for all these strangers to come in, and what kind of security is that? But the heart was to share with them. And so anyway, for the 3 towns that were nearby, after they had the dinner, then after they had the speech, then we sat down for dinner. But that true father or true parents went over to the veranda where there only about 8 people can sit. And it was the first time that I saw true parents without any Koreans around them. It was Alejandro, the Argentinian that could translate, and the town leaders of the 6 towns. They were there with, the mayors and the councillors. Anyway, they went and sat with true parents, and true father was asking, okay, so what is it like with your towns? What are some of the biggest problems? And one of them said, well, in the outlying areas, in farm areas, if someone breaks a leg or something like this, it may take 3 days for them to get into town for the hospital. So can we get just a little Volkswagen Beetle? We'll take out the passenger seat and put a stretcher there. And if they can sit up, they can sit behind the driver. If they need to lay down, they'll lay down there. And so would you please give 3 of these little ambulances to each of the 3 towns? And father said, no. Instead, let's draw a circle, 100 miles, and I'll give it an ambulance to all of the towns here. Oh, the map is in kilometers. Okay, make it 200 kilometers then. How many towns is that? 27, that terrible number. Let's make it 30. And so anyway, the heart was to give and give and give type things. So with true parents, they were, really understanding what the problem was and, taking care of it. Thank you.
Adieu.
Adieu. Thank you, everyone. The breakout room will finish soon, so then we'll return back. Okay. Thank you.
How do I leave?
It'll close itself in 1 second. Yeah, welcome back, everyone. I hope you had a good time in your breakout session. So it's time for us to offer our unison prayer. So I'll just share the screen. Let's begin. Adieu, adieu, adieu. Thank you, everyone, and have a great day, and see you tomorrow.
Have a good day. God bless.
You have a good day.
I hope Andrew is okay, Daniela.
Good to see you, Candice.
Yeah, I can. Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Stay alive.